What's going on, guys? Ready to get this party started? Alright, I need this. We do need that. No, not that. That part. Alright. How are you guys doing? We don't need this. What was the link to that thing? That thing. Well, actually, that's not need. You guys hear me normally? It's the one that I need. There we go. Cool. So, for those of you who have been here yesterday, we're about to start doing the server part. What updated? Oh, good. Nice. Alright, so where were we? We were in, what's it called? PFP something? No, PFP. There you go. Get up there inside. Yeah, there. This is where we were. Cool. Today should be the fun part, actually. Let's see. Okay, so for those of you who haven't been around the last couple of streams, we are rewriting the shopping cart application to Diamond architecture, which pretty much means that we're not changing too much code. We're just like, moving it to different places. Most importantly, we're changing the build, right? So we're more concerned about the build than about the code. And so far, we like copied like this part out from. So like the original code is in over here, like in modules. And so far we created like the core and the persistence, and we did it only for one use case, which is like this user use case. So we have like the business logic over there, and we have the database implementation over there. And so if we were to go to users, which is, the original one where we copy pasting it from, which is the one that I should have pinned. Yeah, it's also pinned over here. Let's close all the others. Oh my god, where's the button? Like that. Okay, so that's not it. Hold up. There we go. Let's pin that. What the hell is this? Okay, we don't need that. What the hell is that? We don't need that. All right, so this is the one that we're copy pasting from. And if we look at like where find is used, nothing is happening. What's up with my metals? Where's find used? Hello? Something is wrong with my metals. Come on. All right, let's recompile the whole workspace. That's not what I wanted to click. Okay, hold up. I think my layout is yeah. I click something and my layout changed to German. All right. So, that's probably why I couldn't jump into places. Well, maybe not. Compiling. I'm waiting for this part to finish here. Metals. Yeah. It's so fun to read. You know, compiling core, compiling persistence, compiling big ball of mud. All right, so now we should be able to jump into find. Come on, really? Oh, I'm an idiot. You guys are not helping. Like, this is the implementation, right? So first we need to go to the declaration and then jump in there. I thought we were pairing. Like, what are you guys doing? All right, so first of all, I saw that we're using find twice, right? So we're using, well, we have a test. I don't care about it right now. We're using it over here and also over here again. So let me see. Okay, so one is like for logging in, the other one is for the new user. Yeah, like, see, like, this is way too much code for just like delivering your application. Because like so far, like, the original code was treating like the business logic layer, which was pretty much non-existent, simply as a database, you know, just like, you know, go find, you know. The creation of a user, like, it's business logic, right? Like, logging in is relatively business logic. But let's see. Like, originally I wanted to, like, over here, you know, we go to like tokens.create, and what is tokens? Tokens create. Okay, so it's GenuID, JWT expire. What is that thing? Expires in. Okay, so it's like a bunch of helpers, right? So this is just like a library thingy. JWT secret key. Okay, that's also like our thing. JWT encode. Okay, encoding, like, all of this stuff should happen inside of the core in such a way that the core just asks the gate, which is a facade, to just, like, you know, like, go do all of this stuff. So it's a lot to rewrite, but it's probably like the only big part of this whole app, right? This whole authentication thing. So once we go over this hurdle, everything else is going to be pretty much just boilerplate, copy paste. Okay, so we are using well, hold on. So this thing, is this a binary dependency? It is. Okay, so it's sort of like we're using a library. Okay, so this is going to become a submodule probably. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so in my opinion, like, all of this stuff. Hold on, why are we here? Okay, so hold on. So authentication is business logic, because I thought that, like, in the first stream when we jumped into find, we ended up in the route. Didn't we end up in the route? Hold up, let's go there again. Interesting. Okay, so Okay, so this is better then, right? Because then we can go back and we can say that like this users thing, it's not even, we can say that it's not even a use case because it's like a low level thing that it's basically just a database, but we're going to leave it like this for now. Just a little bit annoying because now we have a lot more to do because I didn't notice that we have like this auth thing. What does it implement? It implements auth. Okay, so maybe we should have started with this one. Yeah, let's see real quick. Maybe we'll just start with sort of restart with this one. Okay, so username is just our thing. GWT token also just our thing, right? It is. Yeah. Hold on, where are we? Oh, it's not our thing. Interesting. Okay, so it will become our thing. That's not a big deal. Same thing with the password. Okay, that's our thing. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, like this is where we ended. How did we end up? Okay, I remember we were evaluating this one and we decided that we're not going to start here. And there's also common find user. Okay, and we're using crypto and stuff. All right, so we're basically starting from scratch, okay, a little bit. So we started with the user algebra, and instead, he also has both, right? So he has like both users and both auth, but this one, he treats like a database because he just goes to the database and doesn't do anything pretty much. And this one he doesn't. Like this one is more like a business logic thing that like combines a bunch of services and stuff. I wouldn't like even bother at this point like having the users, but I'm going to try not to rewrite that much, okay? And so I'm just gonna grab this. So let's go and start typing some code. So it's not going to be under users anymore. It's going to be under auth. I just wonder because if we do that, we have like a bunch of these things like username, encrypted password, user ID. We already have them in the users. Yeah, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go underneath, right? So we're gonna go like this. So we're gonna go like auth and then boundary, okay? Like that. And so this is gonna be like this, and therefore we're going to see what's in the package users over here. Okay, so it's just gonna be like this, and so we're gonna grab that and paste it over here. It does paste it for some reason. Okay, in current paragraph, paste. There we go. Okay, so now like we don't have the GWT token. Okay, and we also don't have password. But password is ours. Okay, so we can just go to password, and we could just go grab it like this. And let's see. So like for now, I want to keep like using the package objects, and then eventually I want to show you that this is not a good idea because we can have only one package object per package, and we're going to have because we don't have top level definitions in Scala 2, we will need at some point to have like the same package object over here, and then we'll need to refactor something. Okay, but for now, we're going to go over here and we're going to say new Scala file, and it's going to be a package object, and we're just going to paste it over there. And we don't need, like, again, we don't have Cersei here. Okay, so we're going to do like this and like that. And for this, we need a couple of imports. And I prefer to make the final. I never remember which one we need, so I'm just gonna grab all of them and just like paste them over there, and a bunch of them are gonna compile like these ones, and yeah, so we're already benefiting. Like we don't need the UID, we don't need all of that stuff. Okay, we probably don't even need that. No, we do. Okay. So like over here, we're always like doing like equality and show, and I'm not even sure if we're going to end up needing them. I believe like he just did it like always, like, you know, oh, it's a data structure, so for sure we're gonna need like to compare it, you know, to show it, and we're also gonna need like encoders and decoders. But for now, we're just gonna leave it like this. So yeah, it's fine. Okay, so now we go back to the boundary, and JWT token is the only thing that we don't have. And if we go over here, and if we jump into JWT token, we're going to see that we're over here. So this is not our code. Okay, this is this binary dependency. Okay, so for now we're going to steal it because we need it in the core, right? And I don't want to have an extra dependency in the core on this thing. We'll see how far we can get with this, because I also don't want to abstract like the entire library. It's just that my hunch is that like there's something inside me that even wants to go like the full tagless final route, because like the core is not going to need to know what this is, right? Like we can just go like this, right? Like JWT token, and like we don't care, you know. And then the implementation will actually use the library, and we'll just inject it there. Let's see how, you know, let's see how far we can get with this. So instead of like copy pasting like case classes, let's see how far we can get with this, because like in the end we probably, you know, are gonna need like something like this, and maybe show, you know, in our implementation, and that's gonna be enough. Okay, so this is our authentication, and we're gonna go with the implementation, right? And remember, like in the end we want to split the core into like the headers part and the actual implementation, and therefore I'm not going to have a companion object. I'm actually going to have an object called impl, because once I'm going to rip it out, the compiler is not going to complain, because if I don't, the package object cannot live in a different compilation unit from the trait. Okay, so we're going to go like this, and we should probably pin this one, because we're going to keep going back to probably that one as well, and like close everything to the right. Where is it? Close to the right. All right, so the implementation is okay. I'm just going to yank everything over here, okay, and just like paste it like this. Okay, so obviously none of this is going to compile. Okay, so let's just save it like this for now. Okay, so none of this is compiling, so we're going to like go like this, just like remove the implementation and go as like underscore, just to see like if we have all the types right, like this and like that and like that. Okay, so at least this part should be fine. This part now should be fine, and we don't have monad throw. This is interesting, right? Because like back then he was using like monad cancel throw, and now he switched to monad throw, but fine. Okay, so import cats, and I'm sure we're gonna need cats syntax all at some point as well. All right, so we have monad throw, wrong number of type arguments. Yeah, so we'll go with JWT token like this, and it's also going to be here. Okay. It actually happens like very often that you have something in the core that you like really don't care about. You're just like passing it through to another library. So let's keep it as a parameter and see how far we can get. Okay, so same thing over here, JWT token. Okay, so over here we go like token expiration dot value. Okay, and we don't have like this token expiration thing. Okay, and like I really prefer to have my business logic to have only one thing, and I always call it gate, and it becomes a facade for like all of these things, right? Especially like this one, right? So see over here, like we have a dependency on another module, even though it's like right up there, right over here, it's a dependency on this one. The facade like allows you, well, not the facade on its own, but the facade allows you to hide it in such a way that they can compile without each other. I don't know if we're gonna get to that. Like I made a video about this, but we'll see. Okay, so anyway, the point is that always like this thing is just gonna be a gate. Okay, and for now we're gonna put the gate into, I wanted to put it in the same file. Yeah, let's just put it over here real quick. Okay, so this is going to be a gate like this, and because we're gonna drag in this JWT token, we're gonna need to keep dragging it over here, right? Yeah, so it's gonna be here, and JWT token. Like this is like the only annoyance of like, you know, dragging it behind, behind ourselves. Okay, so what do we want? We want, we want to. I want to allow metals to like put it into another file, like this. Okay, and like that, like that, like that. Save this, save that. So this one is happy. For now, we don't need these guys, like this. And let's also put it like down. That's not down. I want it down. Okay, like this. So, okay, so the first thing that we're doing is we're doing like this private val token expiration. So first of all, what the hell is token expiration? So let's go and see. And we might like get into trouble pretty much immediately because this token expiration might be in this profunctor library. Let's see. No, it's not. It's our thing. Awesome. So we can just okay, and it's just a new type. Okay, so we can grab it because it's a new type. We need to put in our package object, which is in auth package. There we go. Okay, so it needs to live here. Okay, so new type, final case class, like this. All right, it needs finite duration, help. Okay, and there we go. Prefer to have like the Scala dependencies over here. All right, so we have this token expiration. So now we can go back to our thingy over here. And so now we know what token expiration is. Okay, and instead of just like having it like here as a dependency, we're just going to ask our gate about it, right? So by the way, I'm not sure why it's called like this, because it's just a wrapper, I guess. Okay, so we're going to ask the gate for the token expiration. Okay, and our gate is not just like a dumb wrapper. We can also like ask it to do like tiny transformations, but for now I don't want to do this. Okay, so so we're just gonna go and just put it in. Okay, and notice that it's going to compile like without any imports. Okay, so we're just gonna yank that. I'm gonna paste it over here. It now needs to be a def. Okay, like this. Okay. Okay, so we need token expiration, and now this thing compiles. Okay, so now we have a token expiration. Okay, let's see the next thing. So we need users find, and this is again, everything that the core needs is going to be called on the gate. Okay, so we can like for now we can pretty much just steal the implementation, not the implementation. We need just this. Okay, so we're just gonna grab this. I'm gonna paste it over here. Okay, we should probably rename it a little bit. Okay, so this should now be called like find user. Okay. Where were we? Am I changing the right one? Yeah, I'm changing the right one. Okay, so now we should be able to do something like gate dot find user. Okay, so I'm going to start like rewriting it, but all of it is commented out for now. Okay, find user. Okay, flat map. Okay, so I need to like compile it in my head. By the way, are you guys here? Like you're being like super quiet. Let me see how many of you are here. Maybe nobody's watching. Yeah, 5 of you are here. How are you guys doing? Let me know. Engagement and stuff. All right, so we need to like compile it in our heads. Okay, so this will compile now because the gate now has this find users thing. Give it a username. It's the same return type, flat map case sum. Username in use. We already have this thing. I remember. It's over here. No, it's not over there. Right here. It's over here. Username in use. Okay, so we have this thing. Like that. Okay, so this one will be fine. If it's in use, we're going to raise an error. I don't like it. Because here's the thing, like, because now we're in the core. Well, yeah, so in the previous video, we decided that something like this should not be a server error because the users can correct this, right? So we're talking about the registration of a new user, right? And we're saying create this user was like this name, and then like this name already exists. Okay, so this is not like some technical server error, right? This is a business logic error. The user can go and choose a different username, right? Okay, so when we were over there, it sort of felt like we were at the delivery layer, and so we just did raise error. I don't like this, so I'm just gonna, but it's gonna work, you know. So for now, I'm just gonna go like to do change to an either. Okay. In fact, we already did we not? No, we did. Ah, okay. Yeah. No. That's correct. So what I was about to say is that like we changed the type for. And no, we didn't even change the type for create. Okay, but we're not creating. We're finding for now. Okay, so again, we can leave it like this for now. It's fine. Okay, if it's a none, well then we're actually going to create the user, right? And we should probably have like a private def, and we're gonna call it create user. Yeah, so let's go with that. So, and in the end, it looks like it returns a token. So whatever comes back from tokens.create, right? So over here, like tokens.create gives a JWT token. Okay, and so we already have that. Remember, it's just a parameter. So if we go like this, and we go like private def create, and we need like a username and password, right? So we're not going to change anything for now, right? So we can pretty much like copy this whole thing, right? And just go like this and just go like create, and it's going to be like a private def. Okay, so assuming that we have that, which we don't right now, right? Like this, it compiles. Assuming that we have that, we should be able to already compile this part. Okay, so over here we would just like go create username, password, and that's it. Okay, let's see. It looks like it compiles. Okay, cool. So yeah, it didn't fit into the line. It should have fit into the line. Not here, like here. Okay, like this. Okay, so let me create a little bit more space like this. Okay. So as you can see, like the gate gives us everything we need, you know, and which means that if we wanted to write tests for authentication, we could fake everything just by faking like one thing. We would need just to fake this one facade instead of faking like 5 things. Okay, like even though like everything here is probably written against interfaces anyway, like I'm sure that, you know, crypto is probably an interface, you know, Redis commands is an interface, like all of these are interfaces. So you can fake all of them, but it's much easier to fake only one thing, right? Which is why I really like these facades, and they're really beautiful in Scala 3, because you can just like use the export feature for delegation. All right, so this is going to be pretty much create, right? So like this, and again, so we go like users.create, and this is another thing, okay? So we're just gonna go like gate.create, okay? And we changed it. No, we didn't change it. Okay, so again, if we go like to users boundary, okay, so we can just like steal create, okay, and go over here, paste it over there. Okay, so like this is gonna be fine. This is not going to be fine, okay, because we don't have this yet. Okay, so we need to go and study this encrypt thing. So crypto, where is crypto? Okay, crypto is our thing. Okay, so it looks like, again, this is just like another algebra. It's not even a tagless final algebra because there's no f, which is fine, right? But this for sure uses some library, right? Yeah, like Java X, crypto, and stuff. Is this like part of the standard library? Let's see. Hold on. Let's guess. Crypto. It's not. Okay. Cool. So again, like this will be like another package, you know, that will be responsible for cryptography and stuff. Let's look at the types. So it needs something that you can call like encrypt, and you give it a password, which is our thing, like great, and it gives you an encrypted password, which again is our thing. Awesome. Okay, so let's see if we already stole them. Package is okay, so we have encrypted password. We don't have the normal password. This is interesting. You see how kind of like fun it is that we have like encrypted password over here at the users, but we don't need them there. So we're gonna go like lower over here, and we have the regular password here, right? So the regular password will be like an input, and then it will get encrypted and stuff. Okay, but in any case, we already have that. So this means that we can go to crypto over here, right? And we're just going to, do we need decrypt as well? Let's just get this for now, okay? Encrypt, okay? And paste it over here. And I think it's just going to be a little bit cleaner if we go and wrap it into an F. But no, I don't want to change too much. But like technically, if you want it to be like super pedantically correct, you know, like this algebra is not a techless final algebra anymore, because it doesn't. Where's my cursor? Right, because not every method returns an F. But whatever, you know. Fine. Okay, let's see if it compiles. It does. Okay, so because it compiles, this method will compile, right? So gate.encrypt. And by the way, we should probably rename this one as well, right? Create user, right? Create, okay? And so this one is going to be create user. I'm really excited to, I'm sorry, not this one, not this one, this one. I'm really excited to show you guys the dependency injection in the very end. I do have like huge doubts though that we're gonna finish by Friday. Okay, so we can do this, we can do that. Okay, the next thing we need to do is we need to learn about tokens that create. So tokens, what is tokens? Again, it's our thing. Okay, it just creates the JWT token. Okay, so we can pretty much steal it, paste it, and I'm just realizing that again, I didn't check whether this algebra that we're porting right now is actually leading to some routes or not. Let's go and check real quick. Auth. Let's see where we're using auth. Yeah, okay, so we clearly... Okay, so for example, like new user, we're using over here. Okay, so this is going to be like the first one that we're going to change at some point. Okay, so we were here, tokens.create again. So we go to how did we end up here? It's upstairs. Okay, tokens. Okay, tokens create token. Okay, so we already have that. Okay, cool. So this means that we should be able to do like gate.create. Okay, then we're creating a user. Do we already have a user? We should have a user somewhere, right? I really wonder. No, we don't. Interesting. Okay, so where were we? Here. Okay, so I need to go here. I need to have a look at the user. Okay, it's our thing. Great. Okay, so as always, we're just gonna like steal it, and we need it in auth, so we're gonna put it in auth package. Right? Why are we putting it in the package? Because of this derive stuff, right? So it looks like we need a decoder, encoder, and show. I'm not even sure if we need show, but let's see. Okay, so this is our user, and if later we need to reuse it, we'll see. Okay, so we don't need this one, and come on, like this one. It's not recommended to define. Oh, it's not a new type. Hold up, how did we? That's interesting. Decoder, encoder, show. Why does it bark at us, but it didn't bark at him? Oh, because we're in the package object. Like here's the thing. Like this is relatively problematic, right? Because we cannot. Like because of this thing, it generates a companion object. Well, no, it generates a companion object, so we should be fine, right? Yeah, I think we should be fine. Let's ask metals too. Oh, okay, interesting. All right, new file. Well, let's actually go like this. New Scala file, and it's going to be a case class. It's going to be called user. All right, so we're just going to go and delete this and go like that and paste like that, and we're going to need this thing like that. Okay, so like this is again like one of those things. Then we need to do like this. And found value show. Yeah, that's from here. Okay, interesting. Cool. Okay, so we have our user. All right, so we have our user. So this part is going to compile as JSON. Oh, I did not see that part. Okay, so we cannot do as JSON in the core of our application. So we could do something like gate.asJSON. But I don't want to do that. I just want to give, yeah, so this like set expiration thing, we're just gonna go with was it like that. So we're just gonna go and we're gonna say, well, first let's check what it does. Okay, so we go to Redis, Redis commands. Okay, interesting. Okay, this is again a library. Okay, and so it has, shit, like how can I find this one? So set exp. Okay, so yeah, we just give it like key value and finite duration. Okay, so we're just gonna grab that and we're gonna go over here, paste it, and so now first of all, we have control over the name. Okay, so set expiration in Redis, and we can give it like, we could like type it more tightly because it's like, you know, for this specific use case, and we're going to do this actually. So as you can see, like it wants a user, right? So why not, you know? Come on. Okay, what is happening? Did I switch this thing again? No, I didn't. Okay, so like that. Okay, so we're just gonna give it a user, right? Like that. And all we need is a finite duration, like this. All right, cool. And so we should be able to do this now, right? Like as you can see, like we're gonna do like dot show on the user, which is good because we have dot show, right? We have dot show because of this. We're gonna need to do like token.value. Token.value, we're not gonna be able to do this for now because we abstracted away this thing, right? And by the way, this should be create token. Okay. This pep programming thing clearly doesn't work. You guys are not helping. Okay, so we're gonna create the token, and then like the implementation will somehow need to like rip out the value and stuff. But we're gonna get to that. Like for now, it's gonna be fine. Okay, so instead of like this, we're gonna go like this, right? And again, we're gonna say gate dot, and I call it like this, like that. Okay, And over here, we're just going to give it like the user, user was I, and username, and the token expiration. Okay, like this. And that's it. So we don't need that. Okay. And so unless I made any typos, like this should already compile. Okay, got that. Okay. Username, it's username, like this. Ta-da, it compiles. Okay. And so it's a very beautiful code in the sense that everything is like fakeable. And when you actually, if you wanted to write the test, again, you just need to fake the gate. We don't need like any of that stuff. Okay. So all of my business logic has only one dependency, which is like gate. Okay. This is fine like this. I don't want to change it to another. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. It's beautiful. I'm not even sure if we need this. Yeah, we don't. And I think if you write it to a fold, it's going to be a little bit cuter. Okay, so if we go to like this fold, then we can do that, and otherwise we're just going to do that like this. Type and match, found f of f. What did I miss? Oh, did I forget the pure f? Hold on. Create gives a pure f. Razor. Ah, okay. So now it's actually worse because we need to help out with the types, I guess. No? I'm curious why it doesn't compile. Found f of f JW token required user with password to JW. Oh, okay. Okay. So it's because we need to do like this thing. Reading error messages is helpful. Okay. I'm not sure if it's prettier. I don't think it's prettier. Yeah, it's not prettier. Sometimes you just need a pattern match. Okay. All right, so we have this, we have that. Let's also do login. It looks like it's bigger, but we have like most things already. Like this thing we have. Oh, okay. It looks like we're gonna need to like be able to like create a JWT token. So we're gonna like get and then flat map. So if we find, we're just gonna return the token. Otherwise, we're going to create. Yeah, like this is the part, like, because we ended up like creating the JWT token in the core. And so this is where like tagless final will become like a pain in the ass. This means that we should pretty quickly abandon this parametric approach. Okay, so we're gonna go over here to the real deal, and we're just gonna like take it like this. Okay, and so we're gonna go back to our stuff and put it over. Yeah, it's in. Yeah, we can actually create a new file, right? So it's going to be like a new Scala file, and it's going to be like a class. What was it called? JWT token. Like this. I'm going to paste it over here, and it's going to be final. But it's going to be ours now, right? So this is very important, right? It's not part of some library. Okay. Super tiny case class. Okay, which means that we're abandoning this, and it still compiles because we have this up there, right? So we go back to the boundary, to our boundary. Where is it? Where is it? Over here, right? Where a bunch of stuff doesn't compile now because we said that, we're gonna give it to the gate, that thing, but we don't need to. Okay, so like this, we don't need that. Okay, we don't need that. We don't need that. Okay, so we're abandoning the parametric approach. So let's see. So we can already find users. We already know how to do this. We already know how to do this, right? So it's here. We can do user dot password, right? Because like find is going to give us a user's password, right? So we have this. So all of this is going to compile. Invalid password. I think we don't have that yet. Valid password. Okay, so first of all, where are we? Okay, it's our thing. Great. So we can just go and grab it. Okay, so again, we're still in auth. So new Scala file, and it's gonna be a case class invalid password, like that. Paste over here like this. It's gonna be final, and like this, and like that, like that, like that. And we just need one import, which is this one. Okay, so that's gonna compile now. What else? Okay, get. So this is the one that we don't have yet. Okay, so I need to go to the real code and check the types. So if we go over here, we're gonna look at get. Okay, so you give it some key and it's gonna give you an option of a value. Big surprise. Okay, so we're gonna grab that and get from Redis. Okay, and by the way, like we're sort of in the core, but we're using like the names of the implementation. Okay, so like technically we shouldn't know that we're going to use Redis to do this caching. So we could like pretend like we can change the implementation like anytime we like, and we can like abstract it like to the max and go like set expiration in cache or get from cache. But this argument that you can just like replace the implementation and nothing else is going to change, like typically with a database, this is not a good argument. And so I don't find it problematic to encode the name of the implementation in the trait. It's fine that we have Redis here. It's just a name. We can rename it anytime. Okay. The important part is that we don't have Redis on the class path, and so we cannot use any types from Redis. Okay. Now we're encoding everything like very specific to our use case. Okay. And so in our use case, we're actually going to give it like username.show, which is a string, and I don't like it. So I prefer to give it the username, right? So the username is a username, right? Which is still our thing, it's just a value string, but it's like more type now. Okay, so we're gonna go like this, like username, which is a username. Okay, and option of value, but in this case it's what's our value? Okay, it's just a string. Okay, so it's going to be okay, so it's the token. Yeah, it's a token, and that's exactly why we're like sort of like just like wrapping it into JWT token. Like see, and this is like the interesting part, we could, because like this is not like some super abstract gate that you can like reuse. This gate is very, very specific for this use case. So we might as well just say, like get token over here, right? Instead of just like get from Redis, we can just say like get token, and then like this Redis implementation is going to create a JWT token. So we actually could go back to this parametric approach, and maybe we'll do this in the end. For now, I really kind of like want to go and do this. I want to say instead of just get from Redis, I want to say get token from Redis. Okay, so this is going to be JWT token. Okay, so let's save this. I actually wasn't changing this much, right? So I should have been, right? So this is going to be like gate dot like find user. This is going to stay like this. This is going to stay like this. This is going to be gate encrypt. This is going to stay. This is going to stay. This is going to be gate dot get token from Redis, and we're going to give you the username. And yeah, and so if it's a sum, like we don't need to like wrap it anymore, right? We're just gonna like do like dot pure f. Like otherwise, okay, this is interesting. Is this the same thing as we were doing like up there? So we're doing like token.value user.asJSON, token.value user.asJSON, no spaces. Oh, actually we just found a bug, I think. Oh no, it's also no space. Okay, cool. Okay, and then user.show.t.value. Okay, so as you can see, like for example over here we have like some copy pasted code, right? Like this and like that. Okay, the only thing that I'm concerned about is that like we go like dot value, but this is already just a string, isn't it? Oh no, we go like tokens.create. Okay, so it's all good. Okay. All right. So get token from Redis. If it's already a token, just like return it. If not, then we need like to do like create token, which is like that thing, right? So we already have that, right? So this is like gate, create token, and we do like a flat tap, and we go token, and then like this is the same thing, right? Set expiration in Redis. Like this is the same thing as we did above. Okay, so it needs to do both. So we can pretty much like, I think we can just go like this, right? Flat tap, we need like to do like set expiration in Redis. Oh no, hold on, where was the token? Where was it? We lost the token, hold on. Yeah, over here, I forgot that we will also need the token. Right, and so we do like t.value, so t is the token, okay? So I lost the token. Okay, so we need like the user and we need the token, which is the JWT token. Okay, like this. So over here we need the user and we need the token. I'm gonna call it token instead of just t. Okay, so this is token and this is yeah. So this is token and this is what is this? ID. Okay, so this is the user ID. Like this. Okay, yeah, so this makes sense. Okay, so now we can go like this. In fact, I know I'm not gonna do this. Like I wanted to like carry the function. Okay, so this is gonna be the token, and over here we're going to do like the user. Do we have the? Yeah, we have the user. Set expiration user token, and what was it called? Token expiration. Token expiration, and I believe that's it. Okay, so user not found. Not found. Okay, so why is this not found? I thought that we had this. Oh, we had username and use. Okay, so user not found. Okay, just another one of those. Okay, so auth new Scala file, case class, user not found. Paste that. This is a final. This is like that, like that, like that. Save and import that thingy. Okay, so what else? Yeah, so this is a function on the gate. Okay. All right. Okay, so I guess this is not a user. Oh, no, no, no. No spammers. No, 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 no. Okay, so hide user on this channel. Okay. There we go. It should be gone now. Great. All right. So, okay. So this is something interesting. The user over here is the user was password. The user over here is the user's password. Okay. So over here, when we were creating the new user, we were actually giving it like the username.show over here. Over here. Okay, over here we do like user.sjson.no spaces. This is interesting. Oh, it's just a different value. Okay, so it's the other way around. Okay, so over here we're going like from user to token. This is going to be like key value. And this is going to be like value, you know, we're going the other way around. Key to user. Okay, so we need like 2 of these. Okay. By the way, I don't like this name, this setx, right? Like, and there's no like, I mean, it's a setter, okay? So it's a set with an expiration, okay? So it's like, yeah, okay. So first of all, we can just call it set, you know, or we can even like go like, we can even like call it like create while you set the key value. Okay, so let's go like set. So in the first one we needed, no, we did both. Okay, so we always doing like username. So we can always go from the username to the token. And from the token we can go to, no, we always go to the user. So it's the same thing, right? Token, user. I'm gonna inline this thing because it's like hard to read for me. Like this, right? Actually, like it would have been better if I just went and renamed it like this. User. Okay, and so like this, right? And we go like user dot sjson dot no spaces, like that. Okay, so this is literally the same code, right? Yeah. Okay, it's the same code. Okay, I just got like confused a little bit. Okay, so we're just gonna go like set in Redis like this. Okay, so we're just gonna go like set in Redis. Okay, and over here same thing, like set in Redis. Okay, it just says over here we somehow need to get the user. Oh, I got tricked again. Damn it. I got tricked again. I got tricked by the fact that this variable is called the same. So this is a user with password, and this is just a user. Okay, so this is like user with password. Okay, which means like the value will be different. And does user with password have hold on, user with password. So user with password has a username, so we can get it from there. I kind of don't want to have like an additional implementation. Like we shouldn't even need like the username. Sorry, not here. I just want to say like in Scala 3, like this would be awesome, right? You could just go like user or user with password. And over here, I kind of want to keep it like this as well, you know? So let's just go like this. Usually I would never do this, but this is YouTube, so why not? Okay. So this means like over here, we're just gonna like wrap it in the left. And over here, we're gonna wrap it in the right. Right, I don't want to have like another overload. Or maybe I want. Yeah, that's silly. Like I don't want to do like silly things. Let's go back to an overload, even though it's like a little bit more code, you know. So this is going to be just user, and so this is going to be like set user in Redis, and this one's going to be set user with password in Redis, and it's going to be like user with password. Okay, so like this, and it's going to be an f of unit. Okay, so it would have been cooler if it would fit like into one line, but okay. So set user in Redis, and we don't need to do that. And over here, we're gonna go set user with password in Redis. And we don't need that, and we don't need that, and I would really like to rename this one into user with password. Okay, so there we go. Ah, damn it. We also have logout. Logout looks simple. Okay, so yeah. So we're just gonna go like, you know, gate dot delete, and we're just gonna give it like the token and the username. And that's it. So we're gonna say like delete user or something like this, right? So we're just gonna like grab this and go over here, and we're gonna go like def delete user. Oh, we need to like specify that we're deleting in Redis, because it's like everything is in one facade, so we need to do this. Okay, like this. All right, and just like remove the equal sign. Okay, and there we go. So this is our gate, like this is our facade. Okay, and we're going to benefit from the fact that, like, for example, in order to do something like, you know, encrypt a token, we're going to have a different box that implements this, that has a dependency on the encryption library. In order to create token, we use another library, right, like JWT. So this is going to be another box. like these things, like all of this Redis stuff, that's going to be like another box, right? So, and all of them will compile in parallel now, instead of like having like this one thing with a bunch of dependencies and all of them like compile at the same time. Okay, so first let's have a quick look at this thing. I prefer to do like an override here and over here and over here. I prefer to have vowels like this at the bottom, like that, like because it's private. And I make it lazy because at some point, like if we have like a def without any params, we're gonna make it lazy valid and everything is gonna be fine. So this is the create, like this is a little bit like too big for me. Like this is ugly. A little bit better. Not too much, but a little bit. Like it's kind of hard to read it, so let's do this and let's do that. Okay, so we're finding the user. If it doesn't exist, if it exists but the password doesn't match, and if it does exist, then we go and actually create it. Okay, so we get token again and then we create it. I think I want this one. I think I want this one to be its own thing. Okay, so we're just gonna go like this, and it's gonna be private def. It's basically handle token or something like this. Now here, get or else create token. Yeah, get or else create token. Okay, so we're just gonna go like this, and it's gonna complain that it doesn't know what username is. The username is, come on, help me. Okay, so I'm just gonna yank around that, go like this, like that. And we also need like user with password. Okay, so we actually don't need this. User with password, and this is going to be user with password, like this. Okay, and that should be fine. And metals will help us with the annotation. And over here we're just gonna go like get or else create token, and we're gonna give it like the username and the user with password, and that's it. All right, I'm gonna remove this part. Okay, so now we can read it. Okay, so we log in, we don't have the user, we have the user but the password doesn't match. We found it. Okay, so just get or else create token. Okay, nice and simple. Okay, and this one can also be made a little bit more pretty. Like this is why like I wanted to like curry this function, you know, because like if this function was curried like in such a way that it receives the token at the very end, then this code, you know, would look like this. Okay, so instead of like this thing, we would have that if it was curried. And like sometimes I would curry them. In fact, in this case, because like when I saw that we're using it twice, I decided not to curry it, but then we actually use it, like this is a different one. One is here, and one is this one, username is password. So maybe I will actually go and curry it real quick. Okay. Yeah, so I will just grab the token and I will go over here and put it over there. Okay, maybe, is it, maybe, no, okay. So let's just do it like this. It looks super silly now. No, come on. Leave it like this. Okay, so now that it's like this part is gonna look like this, maybe like that. Okay, so Scala FMT is not configured the way I would usually configure it, but yeah. Yeah, so this is now readable, and it's super easy to write tests, right? So like compare this, right? Like we went from a module that has like a bunch of dependencies to a module that has like only one. Okay, and even like that thing, like this token expiration thing, like this private def thing. Okay, so it's just like a wrapper, and I don't even know why we need it. We should not need it. Let's just like throw it out. Well, we're going through the gate. Yeah, whatever. I also don't like the fact that it's called the capital, and because we don't have it like floating around, we can actually, you know, go and rename it properly, right? Like this. Okay. And there we go. So I want to commit this thing, and then we're going to implement. Well, actually, we can already do this. Let me check this. Like, I want to split this gate. Let's commit it anyway, right? So I'm just gonna throw it in. I just want to check one thing. Okay, so this is gonna be one, yeah. So basically, we already have like the split. So it's gonna be like these four things, right? So this is gonna be the split. Tokens create is AWT encode. Okay, and now we're in the profunctor auth. Okay. Yeah, so essentially, like this is the split of this facade. Okay. So we're going to do this real quick. So we're going to have a trait for we might as well just like reuse the names, right? So how am I gonna like do this? I want to see like at least like this thing. Also, like token expiration is gonna come from some point. So actually, like token expiration probably comes from config. It's probably like a configured value. Let's see. When we're creating this, hold on, what happened? When we go to make, whoa. Yeah, it's coming from the config. Okay, so this thing, like what I like to do is, I like to actually have a config, right? So the first one is going to be config, right? And it's going to be like, you know, silly, right? It's just going to be like, you know, def like get config, right? And it's going to give you an f of config, and config is going to be like this thing that is going to wrap the token expiration. Okay, and by the way, notice that we can, you know, actually call it just config because we are in a dedicated namespace for auth. Okay, so I'm just going to create here. So this is going to be like final case class config, and all it's going to have is this expiration thing, right? Like this token expiration thing. And like this is not necessarily that thing, like the case class is not necessarily the thing that that we're going to load with the config library. I believe it's Cyrus, right? So we actually have control over the name, but for now let's keep it like this. token expiration, which is the token expiration, right? It was called like this, right? Token expiration. Okay, this is the config. I don't speak Spanish, sorry, man. Except for maybe Buenas noches. I'm in Brazil. People in Brazil speak Portuguese, so yeah. And so over here, instead of just getting like the token expiration, we're just gonna go like config, right? Config, okay, and trade config takes type parameters. Okay, so this is not, you know, this is gonna be like config. It's going to be called has config. Yeah, it's going to be called has config, and this is going to be called config, and that's it. That's the end of story. Okay, and so over here we're going to have like has config, has config, has config. No, that's not correct. Okay, so for now it's just going to be like config. Like an f of config. Okay. Exactly. And now like over here we're now going to have config over here, which is going to be a config of f. Right, and it's going to be like gate dot config. Actually, don't even need this. Well, actually, no, we do. So what I want to have is like token expiration, and it's going to be like, well, gate dot config, and then dot token expiration, map to value, and it's just like now we are in. Really, token expiration is not okay. So here, sorry, like the map should be here, right? Token expiration dot value, like this. Oh man, what is wrong with this world? Hide. Okay. Hide user on this channel. There we go. Beautiful. Don't forget to like the stream, guys, by the way. Maybe more people will find it. Okay, so now like this is the token expiration, and now we kind of need to like either get it out or oh, maybe it's not a good idea to call it like this. So we're gonna call this one like get token expiration. A bit over-engineered, but we'll be fine. So this one is going to be like token expiration, which is token expiration. So this one is gonna be fine. Okay. And now over here we're going to need to. Should we pass it in? Yeah, let's pass it in. Okay, so we're gonna have like the same deal over there. Right, like that. And we paste it like that. Like that. Okay, so over here we're gonna go like token expiration. Oh, we're overriding something. No, we can't do that. We can't do that. Hold up. Okay, so we need to get it out ourselves. And so therefore we're gonna like rewrite this to for comprehension. So this is gonna be like token expiration, and this is going to be like get token expiration. And over here, like this is going to be just a unit. No, it's gonna be the token, right? So this, oh no, this is just the user, right? This is just the user. I don't want to have. Let's leave it like this for now. like token, and then just like yield token, and over here we're gonna have token expiration. Missing closing brace. Okay, it's over here. Tap and match. Found finite duration. Required token expiration. That is correct. Let's not do like this dot value thing. Like, why would you really another update? Like, I'm streaming like every day. Like, there's another update. They probably ruined something. Okay. So we should go like this, and therefore, like this thing, this should be like a token expiration. Oh, come on. Token expiration. Like this. And like that. So we don't need to do like the value. No, it's fine. I changed it. Changed it in the wrong one. Here. Yes. Okay. And so over here, we also need a token expiration. So we're also going to get it out like this. Yeah. Yeah. Not sure if I like this. Like, usually I would not do it like this. But fine, we're kind of like reusing a little bit of code. Okay. Yeah. So, well, no. So, okay. This means that over here, so this gate is going to become a facade of extends like has config of f, right? They're all going to be like this, and by the way, we don't need that. That's cool. So therefore, we don't need like this thing. Okay. Now later, like at some point, we're going to need to like create it, right? And it's the same thing as we did over here, right? So I'm creating a facade the same as over here. I'm literally doing exactly the same thing. In fact, I'm going to just like copy this thing, and I'm going to like put it up here, right? And like instead of these things. Right, so for us, it's going to be like has config, okay, and therefore we're going to need to like implement this thing. Yeah, by the way, a little bit help from metals. Not necessarily good help. In fact, I might as well just go like this. Too much, like that, like that. No, too much. What the hell? Like that. What did I just do? I wanted to yank everything over here, visually mark everything over here, and replace it. That's what I wanted to do. Why are we like this? Okay, and so over here, we're going to do this, and that, and that, and that, and that, and over here as well, and here as well, and here as well. Okay, what now? What? Missing implementation for config. Ah, yeah. So this is where we're here. Okay, so the first one is going to be like dav config, which is going to be like app of config. Okay, and we're going to go like has config.config, like that. Okay. So, like the other thing that we're going to need is going to be like find user and create user, right? Like these are going to be like, this is interesting. Like usually like find user and create user, it would be something that the database would just like implement, right? But because Gabriel did it in such a way that like this finding user and creating user is like its own thing, right? I didn't start this thing, users, right? So he did this thing. Let me actually check where we're using it. So find is only using in auth, used in auth. Create, I'm sorry, not here. Create is also only used in auth. So we actually don't need it, we can we will throw it out later. So we kind of like went the wrong way. Okay, so because like this is like the storage thing. Now I'm thinking about that error handling thing that we did. It was technically unnecessary now. Yeah. In any case, so we can pretty much go over there where we had this thing that I called storage over here. Right, and pretty much like take it again. Because we're gonna like throw out this thing, right? It because it has the same types, right? Almost, except for this either. Yeah, because we're throwing out the users, we're going to need to change this a little bit. Okay, so if we go like this, so this is the storage. Okay, and we go do that, right? So find and create. By the way, we called them a little bit differently here now. We're running out of time. Okay, so it's like find and create user. Okay, so I'm gonna go like this, and I'm gonna put them over here. So this is going to be like find user, and this is going to be create user, right? And like this is one of those things, like in Scala 3 we would use exports. Over here we don't use exports, so we actually have a chance to like use different names over here. But I'm not gonna do this, so I'm gonna go like here, like find user and create user. I'm already like a little bit worried that we're writing a little bit too much, because like in the end I want to compare compilation time, and if we change like too much, then it's not a super fair comparison. But I don't know, I can't resist. I'm actually super happy with how far we got so far. We have like 25 minutes left, and I'm pretty sure that we're gonna finish like this part. Okay, so this is now has config, okay, and storage of f, okay. So now this means that this thing also goes like storage, right? And we're gonna change this, and now like this is going to like break a little bit. Well, not because of this, like this is just me being silly. Okay, this is just like find user, and this is just create user. Come on, create user. Okay, now this is going to break our boundary a little bit, because like this signature changed over here, right? It used to be just like half of a user ID, and I really wanted to encode this either in there. Yeah, so let's go to our boundary, which now has this thing. Okay, because now the user ID over here, well, no, it's still the user ID. It's interesting that it complains here, like found either of username and use or the user ID. Okay, so this is just, I guess this is just like a compilation issue. Okay, so over here we're going to do the same thing as we did like in that other boundary. So we're going to go into users boundary, okay, where we did this, right, which is did like that tiny thing. So I'm just gonna like yank that part, and I'm gonna go back here, and for now I'm just gonna like paste it here like this. Probably need to help out with the types. Blah blah blah, which expense blah blah blah. I cannot read this. Okay, so it's a type inference issue over here. Something that like user ID. Okay, so we need help with the types. So this is like what it needs the F and like what username not found. Actually, I think like it would have been fine if we just went like here. It was like user ID. What? User ID not found? Okay, hold on. So this one is username in use. Okay, username in use. Okay, and this is that called user ID? What is it? What is it called? It is called user ID. Takes no type parameters. Expected one. What? Since when? We go into like gate.createUser. It gives us an either username in use or user ID. So we flat map, we fold, we either raise an error or we give it a pure user ID. Hold on. What am I doing wrong? Okay, so when this happens, I go like this: create or throw, well, or raise, right? And I want an F of a user ID, like this. And I'm just gonna grab this thing, paste it over here, delete to G, like this. Okay, so it needs a username, clearly. Username. It needs the password, which is the password. Okay, type mismatch. Probably this raise error has a different signature. Hold on, I think it's faster if we just go like this. Ah, yeah, that's why. Yeah, so the user ID goes here. Yeah, exactly. What do you mean? Where? Okay, so like this, user ID, and we're gonna go like create or raise, and we're just gonna give it like username and password. And we're just happy. Okay. Yeah. And now we don't even, all right, so like this thing is now pretty much copy pasted from users. And now that we have like everything, we have implemented the entire users, and users is actually not being used anywhere. We can actually like delete, we can delete the boundary, right? We can delete the gate. Okay. And we can now merge like these package objects, right? So we can go over here and yank inside here, go here, paste here. Right, we'll need the UID. Okay, like that. Oh, that's interesting. That. Okay. And so now that we have it in this package, we can delete this entire package. Okay. And now username and use and user with password, they're both now lower. So it's now package auth. And this one is also package auth. Okay. And so now we can just grab two of them and throw them in there. Okay, and so now we don't have like this users thing anymore. We just have auth. So all of this is now in users auth, which is pretty much exactly the same as we had, as Gabriel had it, right? So we had like shop services. Well, okay, he split it like a little bit differently as well. Anyway, So we're kind of done like here, right? So was define users and the create. So I kind of want to do like the Redis stuff first because this is like the majority, right? Like this thing, this stuff, right? So I'm just gonna like delete it, and I'm gonna put it like here, and I'm gonna put like, I'm just gonna call it Redis. Okay, like this. Okay, and so now we're gonna go like this, Redis of F. And now over here, this is going to be with Redis of F. And so everything that is like that, right? So it's going to be Redis.set user and Redis user token expires in. And this is going to be Redis.set user with, please help me with auto completion. There we go. Thank you. User expires in, and we need, it's curried now, so we're gonna do like token this, and same thing over here. We're gonna go like Redis.get token from Redis username, and over here we're gonna go like Redis.delete token username. All right. I kind of prefer to have, like over here we're using the user first and then token. Over here we're just using the username. Over here we do token first and then the username. I'm gonna switch them. Yeah, I'm gonna switch them. Like that. Like that. And so we're gonna do like username and token. And we have strong types, so it's a no biggie. Okay. Like this. And like that. Oopsie. All right, and so now in the boundary, not here, just like here. By the way, I'm pretty sure that we don't have any warnings. A cool like VS Code thing is like wherever you are, like see like we have like one error over there, right? And you just press F8 and you're just gonna jump to the next error or a warning. I think I made a short about this at some point. Username tool. Okay, so you don't need to like go search and stuff. All right, and the last thing is left. That is left is that thing, and I'm not sure if it's one thing or two things. Hold up, where's it? Yeah, so we have like encrypt and create token, and I believe it's two things, right? So first of all, let's go here and see how it was done initially. Yeah, so one is like crypto and the other one is tokens. Okay. Yeah, so we're just gonna go exactly the same way. We're gonna even call them the same way, right? So we're gonna have tokens and we're gonna have crypto. So storage, let's put it like before Redis, right? So we're gonna go like trade tokens. And because we're doing like this whole thing under our own brand new namespace, we don't run into any of these issues. And by the way, this is something that I mentioned in the video that is going to come out this weekend. Okay, so over here we just have, what was it? So it just create token, okay? Okay, so it's just like this. So this means that we go like this and we say, okay, well, let's put it here. So with tokens, and so we don't have create token. And same thing over here, tokens of F. Okay, and so over here we have tokens dot create Okay, we can even go like, you know, lazy val like this. Okay, so the last thing is crypto, right? So we go trade crypto. And we're grabbing this guy, putting him here, not there, like this. And so over here, I believe it doesn't really, the order doesn't really matter. It's just like my OCD, okay? So it's crypto. And like this is the only one that is not like tagless final. I'm still thinking if we should make it tagless final. I don't want to make it tagless final. Okay, so it's like this, okay? Okay. So with crypto, oh, I think I accidentally like gave it an F. Yeah. Okay. So let's actually break this line. It's getting huge. It's not being broken. Oh no. Okay, so it's like this. And so where's the last one? It's over here. Okay, so that's like crypto.encrypt value. And it's here at crypto. Okay, and so when we do the dependency injection, we're pretty much gonna have like the same thing, right? We're gonna do like, you know, look, this make is like almost the same as this one, right? This is interesting. Half of string, so it's just like key value. So okay, the way he did it is like we just have like strings. We typed it a little bit more, right? So when we're assembling the dependency graph, like in the end, it's going to be pretty much like the same way to like assemble it. But two things are different. One is when we test, we don't need to go through this make, right? When we test, we just fake this one trait. And the second thing is that now we're going to have 5 boxes instead of everything in one, right? Remember this original thing, which is here. Well, actually, I should probably do this. Okay, so for example, well, so right now we're doing something like this, okay? So now like we already have 5 boxes, right? So this is like this is not even a production level application, right? This is just like a education level application, and we already have 5 of these green boxes that we'll be able to compile in parallel. Okay, so we're going to create them tomorrow. I believe we did a lot of good progress today. And also our code is like very beautiful in the sense that, oh, we forgot to rip this out. Yeah, I need to save the file here. All right, like this, and find out, apply my macro, like that. Okay. So hold up, let's see. Yeah, so this is what we did today. You know, I'm probably like on the first day I forgot to fork it, and on the second day I did fork it. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna rebase. No, hold up. No. Give rebase last 2. Yeah. So when I rename this one, and I want to rename that one. So this one is going to be called day 2, and this one is going to be called day 3. Okay. And so now we're gonna like force push it, and we're gonna go GHRVW. technically it should be that one. But no, we don't care. Let's go with this one. Okay, so if we go to diamonds and we go to commits, all right, so we see like day 2 and day 3, and so like this is what we did today. Right, so we created like this boundary, created this gate, mostly created things, and then we also removed the things that we like changed it. It's things that we renamed it. We like moved it in the package object. Yeah. Like this is also like an interesting thing. Like we're going to have. I'm not sure if you guys can see this. Right. So we're going to have a delivery layer, right, which is going to be like HTTP4S with Cersei, right? And we also have Redis that also uses Cersei, right? And so eventually maybe we will have like utils, right? So maybe we will end up with something like this, right? So this would be like Cersei utils, right? So we're gonna have like the delivery HTTP, you know, and it will have, obviously it will have a dependency on Cersei, but now we're gonna have also like Redis, and it's also going to have a dependency on Cersei. Okay, and maybe we will want to use the same configuration. Like the way this works with Cersei is that you can have like this implicit like floating around that says, okay, we're going to use like snake case everywhere, you know, and we have a choice that we could use the same one. I actually don't like the fact that it's implicit in Cersei, and it's only if we want, right? We can decide that, you know, when we deliver our application, that we use camel case, but when we write to Redis, we're going to use snake case. It's also not uncommon for APIs to allow the users to specify the casing. You know, you make an HTTP request and you say, you know, please, when you return JSON, please use snake case. We're obviously not going to do anything like that, but yeah, I kind of think that that we're done for today, right? It's been like almost exactly 2 hours. Like, yeah, we have like 10 more minutes. Let me check if you guys are still here, if you want to ask any questions. It looks like only 2 of you are here. Or 3. Yeah. Where are you guys at? Sure thing, man. Thanks for hanging out. Have you been here yesterday? So we're just gonna do like Q&A for the end, you know, if you guys have questions, if you have any wishes, whatever. Oh, nice. Did you just like stumble on the stream, or have you been a subscriber for a while? A bit too late. Where are you? Where are you? Tell me everything. Nice. How long? So we're gonna do pretty much like do the same thing as we did yesterday. We're gonna hang out until I've been streaming for like 2 hours, and if you have questions, or we can just talk about whatever. Nice. So where are you? If it's too late, I guess you're in Europe. Go ahead, man. By the way, I'm saying man. I have no idea. You might be a woman. So, from now on, I'm gonna call you Chat. Go ahead, Chat. That's a good question. Yeah. So absolutely, absolutely. In fact, we are moving to this at work. So at work we use Tagless Final, and we're moving to this. Yeah, it's very clean and it's very there's a little bit of boilerplate, right? Like everything has a cost. But like every company out there, that uses Scala complains about compilation, right? And this thing says like, hey, if you do it like this, yes, there will be boilerplate. Yes, there will be some, I don't know, maybe some things that you're not gonna like, but it's gonna solve the problem that you have, right? Which is compilation, And yeah. In fact, like me personally, like the broader question about like Tagless Final, like the more experience I have as a developer, the less I need the constraints and the benefits of the constraints that Tagless Final gives me. Like I'm leaning more and more towards Zio. Not only, well, I wouldn't say that it's technically superior, like from a technological point of view, but it is superior in terms of like the community and stuff, right? So like one day we're gonna like build new projects here on stream, and I'm leaning more and more towards using Zio. But even then, like I might not use the layers, and I will still structure my application exactly like this, right? Because like check this out. Where we're like over here, right? The gate, right? Like it doesn't matter if it's like AF or if it's like Zio here everywhere, right? Like it's still gonna be the same facade. It's still gonna be like the same thing, So yeah. But yeah, to answer your question, yes, I would still do the same thing in production, whether it's Tagless Final or Zio, or even if it's not a functional code base. And by the way, I'm not sure if you saw like the video this weekend, but the way you use it, like I would like to coin it diamond architecture so that it's like easier to talk about it. There's nothing like super revolutionary about it. It's actually based on the clean architecture by Uncle Bob, and that is again based on the hexagonal architecture and pretty much any other architecture that has layers, because like every architecture has layers. Yeah. Who else is lurking here? Like I'm seeing like 3 concurrent viewers, and there's only like one of you who's talking to me. You hiding in the shadows. I got less than 5 minutes left, guys. Ask questions. Or, tell me about yourself. Like, what's happening in your life? Where are you? geographically. Where are you in your developer journey? Like, yeah. Are you new to Scala? Are you a seasoned Scala developer? Would you like more beginner videos? Would you like more advanced videos? Just let me know. And for people who show up right now, we're pretty much at the end of the stream. Like, I'm gonna stream for a couple more minutes. We have been rewriting all this time the shopping cart application by Gabriel Volpe, and don't forget to hit the like button. Maybe more people will stumble on the stream. By the way, all the previous streams are over here, right? So if you go to live.devinside.com, there's going to be a playlist with all the previous streams. And yeah, as you can see, like, this one is going on right now. So this is the one from Monday, Tuesday, today. It's the first time that I'm like streaming like this consequently, so I don't have a schedule. But like in the future, I want to stream more and more once I find the time. It's just that a lot of things are happening right now in my life, and it's sort of a coincidence that I started streaming right now because because I made those videos about the diamond architecture, and I was like, hey, let's try and like rewrite some app and see if it actually compiles faster. It's actually funny, because like if we, like, many places in the code I saw, there's no business logic there. And so by creating an extra like layer with the business logic that doesn't do anything, it just like delegates stuff, we technically have more stuff to compile. So like I'm a little bit worried that the compilation time might go up instead of down, But it shouldn't, because now all of a sudden we're going to compile a bunch of things in parallel. Like, we basically just started. We have like one use case, right? And we already have 5 different boxes to compile. The only issue is that like they're super tiny, so the benefits that we're going to see are going to be super tiny because the application is tiny. It's not that tiny actually, but it's still super small, right? So I'm expecting that we're going to go from like 65, like we started with 65 seconds. Like, it would be my dream if we would like half it. Like, that would like be a clear like proof of like, hey, it's working, But because it's so small, we won't actually gain like that much from this parallelism, right? Because if you have like 10 files to compile, like that takes what, I don't know, 2 seconds, and now you compile like 10 files in parallel. It still takes like 2 seconds, So you only kind of get a benefit from that if like these boxes are starting to grow, if it actually takes time for them to compile. So we'll see. All right. So it looks like we're gonna be ending the stream pretty much when the song ends. Any more questions? Any more desires? Anything? Engage. Yeah. All right. It looks like I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. Or girls. Chat. I'm going to see you tomorrow. Peace.